chaos is necessary, right?
Right.
It's necessary sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And chaos should be that thing that push us further to want the presence of God.
Right.
In a situation where we don't understand what's going on, and everything's chaotic, God's saying, who are we drawing to? Are we drawing nearer to him, or are we pushing away further from him? Right? Because if anything, he's given us a situation that we may depend on him all the more, right? And when I was thinking on it, I say, wow, right? It brought me to an example. And I'm going to share it with y'all. And you know I got to be looking at the movie clips before I do this. And I ain't going to lie, it brought me to tears. Like, because this movie, it was a cartoon movie, but I'm still did because the message was so deep. I don't know if y'all ever watched the movie Inside Out.
No.
Oh, y'all got to watch it. It's a cartoon movie. It's an animated movie. But there was this scene in Inside Out. So, okay, let me explain Inside Out a little bit. Inside Out is a movie about emotions. It's about emotions.
Okay.
So each of our emotions of the girl, well, the little girl whose name was Riley in the movie, each emotion is represented by a character. You know, the mad character was this red guy who had a head that exploded all the time. It's kind of funny. And then they had joy, and then they had, scared. You know, they had all the different emotions, right? So there was this one part of the movie, fast forward into the movie. Sadness was one of the emotions. Now, when sadness used to always come around, everybody like, sadness. You know what I'm saying? Like what sadness come around? You're just so sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're so sad. There's no use for you, right?
Right.
Like, why do you come around and sadness? What you doing, Dale? Oh, I'm just sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like there was no use for sadness. So, like, sadness was kind of like an outcast. You know what I'm saying? From the rest of the emotions, because the rest of the emotions found ways to, like, find use. You know what I'm saying? In Riley's life as a child, it's like there was a time when she was angry, boo, the red thing would tap the little motherboard because they had like a little keyboard, right? Tap the little keyboard and then she'll get mad, right? Or Joy would come and tap the keyboard and she'll start laughing and giggling and playing, right? But when it came to sadness, it's like they could not find a reason. Like, why are you here? Why are you even inside of Riley? Because there's no use for you. So there was this point of the movie where literally everything was going chaos, right? The girl Riley ended up running away from home, parents getting into a fight, all of that. On the bus, running away from home, Sadness came by. The character that plays Sadness noticed that it was a light bulb that was dead. A light bulb that was out in the system. Took the light bulb out. They're like, what are you doing? Touched it, but then right when took the light bulb out, it's like something clicked in the little girl, and she went back home. She said, hold on. Told the bus driver, stop the bus. And this little girl too, ran back home. And they're like, what the world was that? Like, did Sadness just make a move? Because like I said, Sadness usually play the background, just sit there gropey all day. Took the little light bulb out, and he was like, what? And then they started seeing how the girl was going back home and stuff was working. So Joy, the character that played Joy, brought all of the little memory bank things to the Sadness thing. Like, it's time for Sadness to shine. Like, we actually found a purpose for Sadness. Sadness is actually doing stuff right now. Gave the little orb, little ball things to Sadness, and Sadness started touching. Whenever they touch it, things turn blue, and like the girl would start getting gloomy and stuff. But it's like when the girl went back into the home, she didn't have an emotion to express. She was just emotionless because, like I told you, the keyboard was broke. But Sadness started fixing. So when she came in there, she was just like expressions, like just like standing there. And when the Sadness character touched the little orb things, they all turned blue, and she started putting them in the system. When she put them back in the system, the little girl started crying. You know what I'm saying? It was new. It was a new, you know what I'm saying, use for the emotion, right? Because nobody likes Sadness being in the picture. But going back to what we just said here, Sadness has its portion, you know? He said unto you, verily, verily, I say unto you, that you shall weep and lament. That sadness, right? That time to weep and lament is necessary. We're gonna have that time. But it has a purpose. Just like I just talked in the situation, because when start putting the things for Sadness, the girl actually started crying. There was a reason to cry. And though she felt sad inside, her parents start hugging her. You know what I'm saying? Hugging stuff. And they sitting there, the rest of the little emotion things was sitting there looking like, what the world is going on here? Like, we didn't know that sadness could bring a family together. Like, sadness is actually bringing them together. Mm-hmm. So they start giving, you know, the little sadness character more, what's the names to put in there. And it did. And from that, a core memory was made. When they made a core memory, it's like they put it into this little machine and it kept it. And it was a new color of a core, and it was sadness mixed with joy, because joy gave the things to sadness and sadness used it. You know what I'm saying? And it spoke to me, because I'm looking at this. He say, you shall weep and lament, but you shall rejoice. And when you be sorrowful, your sorrow will be turned into joy. And then it was the same thing happening in this script. Sadness was working with joy. Literally, there was a ball that came out that was blue and yellow, because yellow was the joy, blue was the sadness. And there was a ball that came out with blue and yellow in it. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't know that color couldn't even be made, because they never tried sadness.
Right.
They didn't know that sadness had a purpose.
Right.